We found windy houses, about 40 of them, and there's an illegal connection of electricity and also illegal connection of water. And there's a Buromaka plan of a sewage. They've used the pool to be sort of a sewage, some collection place and like that. And the place is a fire hazard because according to the Fire Brigade Act, there's no escape routes. The place, there's no fire rationale here. And you've got probably close to 140, 150 people staying in this place. So it's very, in terms of the bylaw, it's
400 people.
We know about 10 of them here in the Bryanston area.
Wow.
There are a lot there in Houghton. You're looking at about 20 or 30 plus. We did an oversight last week, and 8 of them. And that's where we found, you remember, we found Dacha, those ones there. So this is one of the plans we're going in and enforcing. If the guys want us to take us to court, let us go to court.
But court.
You cannot have a situation where you've got people hijacked houses and they're getting rents and all of that.
Wow.
And in many of these houses, they've actually housed a lot of undocumented foreigners because they are taking advantage of them. Because if they don't pay rent, they are threatening them to deport them.
So
this thing is a lot.
The house was never hijacked.
Amen.
These people abandoned this place because the place was on auction. You get my point? Long time ago. Then that's why it became abandoned like this. The pictures, the way you see it. So this house now
So why do you give it for rent?
OTP last week. Is currently with the bank. So I'm going to demolish and build a new house.
So I just want to understand. What was your reason for building structures in a house that you do not own? Because this is a property, right?
I had a lease agreement, and the lease agreement allowed me to do so.
My goddess.
If you've enjoyed this video so far, please do me a huge favor and hit the like button and subscribe. These videos take quite a long time to make, so if you could help me out, I'll love you forever. Thank you all for your support. Now let's get back to this crazy story.
Now, this is the penultimate number and it's number 2. At number 2, I present to you Kweku Afrique. Wow! This guy has a thunderous voice. Like when he speaks, you wanna listen. I've been able to watch a couple of his videos and I sincerely will tell you that he makes great impression in whatever content he's going to present. Thank you so much, Mr. Kweku. Keep up the good work.
So through the stories of Operation Dudula and Patriotic Alliance, I have seen them talk about, people who have hijacked houses. Most of the time, foreigners who have hijacked houses. But I never took it serious. I was like, it's one of those things. Until I met this story. So in this story, if you go to Bryanston, now Bryanston is one of Johannesburg's most affluent suburbs. Now, there is a very big house, and in that big house, city officials found an entire criminal operation. The house has been hijacked and it's been divided and it's been rented to foreigners. And the shocking scenario is when they went into the houses, there are over 400 people living in that single house.
The City of Johannesburg MMC for Community Safety, accompanied by the Johannesburg Metropolitan Police Department, led a property raid in Bryanston following allegations that the residence has been hijacked and was being used unlawfully for more than 5 years. The operation forms part of the city's broader crackdown on property hijackings, illegal occupations, and criminal syndicates operating in affluent and vulnerable neighborhoods alike.
What? How does that happen if not in South Africa? And to add salt to injury, the house has been hijacked for more than 5 years. And tenants there have been charged 2,000 rands every month. And those who refuse to pay are being threatened to be reported to immigration for deportation. And so they keep quiet, they stay in the slum, and then they pay. Now in that same house, there is illegal electricity connection, illegal water connection, and the place can entirely burn in case there is any fire instance. And that was when the city officials raided the place, unlocked the place, and went and arrested people there. The one who hijacked the house, or the one who has the house, has the effrontery to tell them that he hasn't hijacked the house and that the house was never hijacked. So he explains.
You cannot have a situation where you've got people hijacked houses and they're getting rents and all of that. And in many of these houses, they've actually housed a lot of undocumented foreigners because they are taking advantage of them. Because if they don't pay rent, they are threatening them to deport them. So this thing is a lot.
The house was never hijacked. These people abandoned this place because the place was on auction. You get my point? Long time ago. Then that's why it became abandoned like this. The pictures, the way you see it. So this house now I signed OTP last week. Is currently with the bank. So I'm going to demolish and build a new house.
So I just want to understand,
yes.
What was your reason for building structures in a house that you do not own? Because this is a property, right?
I had a lease agreement and the lease agreement allowed me to do so.
So the 3,500 meter square property, which is valued in millions, now according to report that came in, had been occupied illegally since 2020, and owners of the house just returned from holidays just to realize that their house has been restructured. They've built buildings with wooden structures, breaking it into rooms and numbering a number of rooms in the house, and they found over 100 strangers living in their house, and to them that was the accommodation, with over 33 structures created into rooms inside the same house and over 70 makeshift shacks built in the garden, meaning the whole place has been turned into boys' quarters and it's been rented out to foreigners. Now, this wasn't just an illegal occupation. This was a sophisticated criminal enterprise where syndicates were reported extorting money from tenants, charging them an estimated 2,000 rands per room per month for these dangerous substandard conditions. And the raid resulted in the arrest of more than 40 suspected, including numerous undocumented foreign nationals living in that rooms and living illegally in South Africa.
We know about 10 of them here in the Bryanston area. Are there a lot there in Gauteng? You're looking at about 20 or 30 plus. We did an oversight.
Now, when the authorities got there, the danger inside the house was immediate. And so the city power was on site to cut off all the illegal electrical connections. And the fire brigade also ordered immediate removal of the wooden structures due to severe fire and health hazards. Now, this operation was led by the Public Safety MMDC and is part of a non-stop crackdown to reclaim over 200 hijacked buildings across the city and restore the rule of law. Hey, South Africa, where people can hijack buildings. Wow. And like I said, I started hearing this story from Operation Dudula and Patriotic Alliance that, foreigners have hijacked buildings, they've reclaimed hijack, and I was like, what was that? Hijack buildings? But it is real. In fact, there are a number of buildings which have been hijacked either by foreigners or by some people in South Africa. So it's like a disease in South Africa. And so the city authorities have mounted an exercise to reclaim all those hijacked buildings and return them to its rightful owner. I think it's a step in the right direction. This exercise was a victory for justice, but a harsh reminder in the complex hijacking crisis facing Johannesburg. Now, what do you think should happen to these people? Now, what do you think should happen to these people running these hijacking schemes in South Africa, especially in Joburg? Don't forget to leave your comment in the comment section. Are there really hijacking of buildings in South Africa? Is it that common in South Africa? Because those of us outside South Africa, it's strange and I find it difficult to agree or to come to terms with it. Is it really happening? Leave your comment in the comment section. It's a wrap for today.